Masefield. In this poem, the poet wants to readers to enjoy the lives. He also reminds the readers that we are like a temporary guest, staying in a beautiful inn for a while. John Edward Masefield is the actual name of the poet. Shortly is called John Masefield. He was born in 1878 June 1 and he was died in the year 1967. John Masefield was an English poet and writer and a poet laureate of the United Kingdom. He was the author of the classic children's novels, The Midnight Folk and The Box of Delights. This poem has four stanzas. Each stanza has four lines. Now, let us look at the first stanza of the poem. The first stanza begins with a line, "Laugh and be merry, remember, better the world with a song. Better the world with a blow in the teeth of wrong. Laugh, for the time is brief, a thread the length of a span. Laugh and be proud to belong to the old proud pageant of man." In this poem, Masefield wants to remind the readers about our life, about our way of life, how we are living our life. Are we living a life happily or we are not living happy life? In the very first line, he begins with laugh and be merry. So laugh and be merry, it is a kind of a ordering, it is a kind of a commanding the readers. So the readers are ordered by the poet to be merry, to be happy. Merry means happy here, to be happy, and we have to laugh in our life always. Look at the second, look at the third word, remember. The poet uses the word remember. So it may be perhaps we have forgotten something in our life. What we have forgotten? To laugh and be happy. So we have forgotten to live a life with happy and laugh. That is forgotten by everyone. So he wants to remind, he wants to remember us to laugh and be happy and better the world with a song. Since everyone has to live a long, healthy life, we have to survive in the world with the struggling, with the hard working, with any source of survive. We have to live in this year, but we have to better the world with a song. What is better the world? Here, better means to make easy our life, to easy our life, to make it easy, to make the life easy. Better the world with the song, with the song. The poet is not asking to sing a song. The poet is not asking to listen the song, but the life is compared to a song. The life is compared to a song. Life is very short as the song. Song is also short as well as life is. So life is as short as song. Better the world with the song. You have to live the world, you have to live in the world as a song last. Better the world with a blow in the teeth of wrong. You have to live in the world with a blow in the teeth of wrong. You can live in the world, you can live happily. You can live against the struggling, against the poverty, against the problems. Come on, all way of life. But there is a condition that we have to live in the world with a blow in the teeth of wrong. He gives a condition to the readers. In order to live a happy life, we should not give any place for wrongdoers. We should not permit wrongdoers live in the world. If wrongdoers live in the world, he will destroy the life of the happy people. So if we don't allow the wrongdoers' life, we can continue living happy life. So he says in the second line, with the blow in the teeth of wrong, he says, in the teeth of wrong. We have to give a blow in the teeth of wrong. In the teeth of wrong means those who are doing social injustice, social evildoers. So we have to stand against the evildoers. If evildoers are living in the world along with the good people, they will easily spoil the good people's life. So good people will lose the happy life. Third line, law for the time is brief. As I said, life is short. Law for the time is brief. Time is here implied as life. Life is brief. Life is short. A thread the length of a span. Life is compared to a thread. When you look at the thread, the size, the nature of the thread is very feeble. If you pull it, it will cut into pieces. It has no strength. The thread has no strength. When you look at the with the length of the thread. It's so feeble and it's so weak. Anytime it can be cut like that. Time is also brief. Here time is life. So life is as brief as the thread. So life is very feeble. The nature of life is very feeble, vulnerable. It is so vulnerable since it is short and vulnerable as the thread. Laugh, the fourth line says, laugh and be proud to belong to the old proud pageant of man. Laugh as well as be proud. You have to be proud. You have to feel proud of. Belong to the old proud pageant of man. We have to feel proud of. Come from our forefathers' line. So we have to remember the past years of the life of our forefathers. So we have come from our forefathers' achievements. Without the forefathers' achievements, without their presence, without their activities done for the society, we would not have been born. The poet says, we belong to the planet, the earth, in which so many monks, so many kings, so many good people, patriotic peoples like Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, these people have done a tremendous achievement on this earth. They have fought for the country, for the people, for the future of the people. They have sacrificed their lives. So we belong to that category of the people. So we must feel proud of, belong to the land where these people have lived and sacrificed their life for the benefit of ours, he says. Look at the second stanza. Laugh and be merry. Remember in olden times. In the second stanza also, he uses the word remember. So again and again, the poet happens to remind the readers to laugh and be merry. He asks us to remember in olden times. Olden time in the sense earlier. At the time the earth was created, the human beings were created, God made heaven and earth for joy. He took in a rhyme. So God has created heaven and earth for the purpose of joy. He took in a rhyme. God made heaven and earth for joy. He took in a rhyme. It is like a rhyme. Rhyme in the song. The rhyme in the song will last until the song completely stops. Like that, the life has to be treated. When you listen to a song, you might feel delight, you might feel relaxed, you might feel happy. Like that, when you live in this earth, when you live a life, you should feel like you are listening to a song. Until the song ends, you are not anxious, you are not dull, you are not tired, but you are only being delighted. Like that, the purpose of the creation of the earth to have a happy life according to God's creation. In the third line, he says, made them referring to heaven and earth, made them and filled them full with strong red wine of his mirth. So after the creation of the heaven and earth, he filled in heaven and earth with strong red wine of his mirth. He poured wine of mirth, of his mirth. Mirth refers to happiness. He filled the earth and heaven with wine of happiness, The splendid joy of the stars, the joy of the earth. So whenever you look at the stars on the sky, the stars are moving here and there. They're floating on the sky as happy. Like that, the life is also happy on this earth because he created the heaven and the earth in the same concept. Both were filled with mirth, happiness. Both were filled with happiness. So, it is third stanza. So we must laugh and drink from the deep blue cup of the sky. We must laugh, he says, the poet says, using the word must. You must laugh and drink from the deep blue cup of the sky. The poet says, we have to drink the wine, not the wine which is being sold in wine shop. The wine refers to happiness. So we have to drink the happiness which is poured by God into the earth. In another word, we have to enjoy the earthly facilities such as mountain, rivers, and moon, sun, stars, plants like vegetables, fruits, herbals. These are created for the benefit of the people. We have to derive happiness by using these facilities that God has endowed upon us. He says, drink from the deep blue cup of the sky. What is blue cup of the sky? He's talking about the sky. So where does the wine come? The wine comes from the sky, from where God pours out the happiness to the earth. So we have to drink the happiness comes from the sky and drink from the deep blue cup of the sky. Join the jubilant song of the great stars sweeping by. So we have to join along with the song of the great stars. So all those stars appeared on the sky are singing the song as they are having happy moments. So along with the stars, looking at them, we have to live our life as happy as the stars have. Third line, laugh and battle and work and drink of the wine outpour. We have to laugh, you have to be happy, you have to battle, you have to battle against the problems faced in the life and hard work. We have to work hard to get success in our life. The poet says, he says not to be idle, not to do any work, but he says to do hard work so that you can have a healthy, successful life. And drink of the wine outpoured. So you have to laugh, you have to battle, you have to face the problems, you have to stand against the problems to solve and work hard and drink of the wine outpoured. You have to, after having hard work, you are entitled to live a happy life. If you are not working hard, you can't get the happy life. You can't get the success of life. In the dear green earth, the sign of the joy of the Lord. The fourth line says, in the dear green earth, the entire earth planet, the sign of the joy of the Lord. So looking around the earth planet, which is so full of green, it is a sign of the happy of Lord. So it is an expression of God. It is an expression of God's happiness. So this is not something that the earth is around, earth is green, all over the earth, all kinds of plants are being grown. This is not that, but God's expression of happiness. God expressed his happiness in the form of the earth. So earth is nothing but the happiness of God. Where are we living? On the earth, we are supposed to be living happily. Fourth and the final stanza of the poem, laugh and be merry together like brothers again. We have to laugh as well as we have to happy together like brothers again. We have to live harmonious life on this earth without violence, without disagreement between people. We are like brothers. Everyone is like a brother and a sister. There is no disagreement between the two people in terms of life. Everyone is equal on this earth. Everyone is born in the same mother's womb. He says, like brothers again. So we have to live our life like brothers again. Again means same. Though we are born in the different mothers, but the life should be same as we are all born in one mother's. Next line, guesting a while in the rooms of a beautiful inn. We are all just guests. Since we can't live a permanent life on this earth, when we go to a lodge or guest house, we can take only temporary stay. We can't take a permanent stay in the guest house. We may stay 3 days or 5 days, not permanently, until 50 years, 100 years. It is not possible to stay permanently in a guest house. Earth is like guest house. We can take only temporary stay. Nobody and nothing is permanent on this earth. He compares the earth with the guest house. In the last word of the line, second stanza, guesting a while in the rooms of a beautiful inn. Beautiful inn. Inn means hotel, lodge, where it is a beautiful house. When we say beautiful inn, we can compare this to the earth. So earth is also beautiful inn. There are So many houses, so many mansions, small houses in which people are living. But every people living in his house, living temporarily. Anytime he can die. He can die. So remember that we are all just guests, living in the beautiful inn, living in the beautiful earth. And glad and be glad. Glad means happiness. Be happy till the dancing stops. We are all dancing to the beautiful song. How long we will dance? Until the song ends. When the song is ended, the dance also be ended. And the lilt of the music ends. We will be dancing until the last rhyme, the last rhythm will be stopped. Until which we have to live our life. In another sense, we have to live full life on this earth. We have to live full life only with happy moments, happy feelings, happy thoughts. We should not give any space for sorrowful. There will be no sad days on this earth while living. The last line of the last stanza says, laugh till the game is played and be you merry. My friends, laugh till the game is played. The game is referring to the life. Laugh till the game is played. The life is completed. Until the life is completed, you have to laugh. You have to derive happiness. Until your life is getting over, you have to get only happy moments. And be you merry, my friends. My friends. He calls everyone friends. Since he said in the first line of the last stanza, like brothers again. So he treats everyone as a friends. Be you merry, you be happy, my friends.